Our economic future is a little uncertain right now, and I know that there are a lot of people that are really worried and scared about what the future holds for them. We're going to talk specifically financially in this video. So I wanted to give you like my biggest tips of what you could do that's like pretty simple to get yourself set up to be able to financially support yourself no matter what moving into the future, and what you can do today to live a really, really frugal life. One of the simplest things that you can do is to stop spending money on things that aren't super necessary. So what I would recommend is to go down to the very basic personal care products, cleaning products, and things like vinegar, baking soda, Dr. Bronner's, and coconut oil. Those are the only products that I personally use for personal self-care, and then also like cleaning my house and just cleaning in general. So I have, we're about to travel. So this is my little travel size Dr. Bronner's soap, but this is super concentrated and you can use this on your hair, your body, to wash your clothes, dishes. There's no chemicals in it. It's super safe. And you can get a big bottle of this that will last you easily an entire year for like everything. And if you couple this with vinegar and baking soda, you really have all of the cleaning supplies that you need. If you are on food stamps, vinegar and baking soda, remember, can be bought with food stamps. So those are two free cleaning items if you do receive food stamps. And then this is coconut oil. Again, we're traveling, so this is my little travel size coconut oil, but this is all that I use for lotion, makeup removers, things like if you get a cut, you can put coconut oil on it. If you have a baby, you can use this as diaper ointment. And there's no chemicals in any of these. Not only are they much more cost effective than having a whole bunch of different products, but they're also really good for you, and there's no damaging chemicals or anything like that in them. They're multi-purpose. So that is what I would recommend to save money instead of having all of these different products in your home that you're having to spend money on and replace and all of that stuff. Next, think about your phone and your internet service. These are two areas that can be extremely expensive if you do not have a really low cost plan, and it is really simple to switch your plan. The average US phone plan is $150 a month, but that is absolutely unnecessary. You can use Mint Mobile, and if you pay for a year up front, it comes out to $15 a month. There is also a new plan that we have decided to start using as we're traveling internationally. Mint Mobile is not great for international travel, still great in the US, and we've had that for a couple years, but we just switched over to Tello, and that is a month-by-month plan. You can customize it based on your needs as far as calls and text, and then gigabytes for data. And then with that, unless you work from home and you need really fast internet at your home and a lot of it, you do not have to have home internet. And the average home internet cost is $75 a month. Even me working online and having this YouTube channel, I have not had a internet service provider for a couple years. What I have on my phone through my data plan, and then going to the library or any other like free business, a business that has free Wi-Fi, which is like everywhere. I haven't really needed to have internet. It's been completely fine. We've traveled across the country. We are getting ready to travel across the world, and I will be okay with just my phone plan and just data. Everywhere has free Wi-Fi now. So really consider looking into if you can get rid of your cell phone plan and or your home internet plan. The next thing that is vitally important is to keep yourself as healthy as possible, as physically healthy as possible, as mentally healthy as possible. Focus on yourself. It is not selfish to take care of yourself. It is, in fact, potentially very necessary and very much worth it to make sure that you are exercising and strength building. Make sure that you're as strong as possible. If you have any underlying health issues, stay on top of those, especially right now if you have health insurance. The future of a lot of people's health insurance is questionable. So if you need to go to the doctor for any sort of preventative health care, or just follow-up healthcare, do that sooner rather than later if you can afford it with your current healthcare plan. I am going to just predict that healthcare costs are going to continue to increase in the US. And so just be prepared for that and really focus on preventative healthcare. Health is one of those things, kind of like finances, where if you invest in it early, it can have a compounding effect and take you really far in life, and you can continue to be healthy. And the opposite is also true. If you don't take care of your health when you're young, then you can have a compounding effect, and all sorts of other health problems can snowball from being unhealthy when you're young. So make sure that you are doing everything you can now, whether you're young or old. Take care of your health now so that as you get older and as time progresses, it doesn't continue to get worse, and you can stay on top of it and be as mobile as possible, as healthy as possible, to get outside, be able to like physically do things yourself, garden, fix things that break around your house or your car, and just make sure that you can be as independent as possible. And that'll save you money in the long run, both with your health and with like having to pay somebody to do stuff for you, all of that stuff. Mental health is also really important. Do stuff for your mental health. Get outside, take time to relax, meditate, breathe, do things that make you happy. You can do things that make you happy that are also efficient. Like gardening is great, crocheting, learning how to sew, cook, baking, like all of those things can be both useful and relaxing at the same time. Read books, learn stuff, find good hobbies that are good for you all around. Food is a pretty important one and something that definitely everybody needs to be thinking about. Grow what you can, learn how to grow stuff, stock up what you can, get some shelf-stable food, make sure that you have several months worth of food, several weeks worth of food, whatever you can do. Don't be without food for not only financial reasons, there's natural disaster reasons, all sorts of reasons to make sure that you have access to food. Learn how to cook from scratch, how to be creative with food, how to buy lower cost food, like how to budget your food as much as possible, and what are some really healthy, low cost foods, just basic foods that you can eat as healthy as you can. I've done a lot of videos on my channel about how to eat whole foods, healthy whole foods, but that are really low cost, and how to cook these low cost meals on a budget for very little money, but then they are also still really healthy. And I will link that whole playlist. But learning how to cook on a budget, like you look up some Great Depression recipes and see what they cooked. And, even if you're not strapped financially today, you can use all that money that you've saved on groceries, put that in savings just in case. And then another little tip, if you are on food stamps, is you can go to Walmart and probably some other stores, but I know Walmart does this, and you can buy seeds, little plant starters, fruit trees, all of those things can be bought on food stamp cards. So that way you not only are able to buy food, but you are able to be really efficient with that money and learn how to grow food and have an unlimited amount of food. If you can get some butternut squash seeds, grow butternut squash, eat the butternut squash, save the seeds, you will be set for the foreseeable future. You can keep saving those seeds every year and have an unlimited supply of food. I talk about this one a lot, and I'm going to talk about it again because we all really need to be thinking about our transportation cost, because that is something that is so expensive in the United States, and it is going to continue to increase significantly. That is one of the items that, if tariffs do go through and all of that stuff, that is really the top item that is going to see the biggest increase is in car prices. So just remember that if car prices go up, then so does car insurance, maintenance, and just overall upkeep of the car prices. Oil will go up for like oil changes. Owning a car is going to get even more expensive, and it already has increased so much just over the last few years with inflation. So be prepared for those prices to go up. If you need to downsize your car and get a cheaper car, go ahead and do that. If you're thinking about getting a new car, like a newer to you car, don't get a new car. But if your car's not doing great, and be really proactive on what you need to do to ensure transportation and affordable transportation in the future. Maybe you need to go down to being a one-car family. Maybe you need a less expensive car. Car loans. Do you have the ability to continue to pay that car loan if your car insurance goes up a lot, and all of that? Just like be prepared and think about what you can do, or if there is anything you need to do to set yourself up to be able to afford transportation. And then there are so many things out there that you can do for free entertainment, going to the library, reading books. A lot of libraries have like a lot of community activities, especially for kids, for seniors. They have clubs, book clubs, things that you can do. Your library is a great resource for all things free. Find hobbies that are free, like hiking. We had a national park pass that was really affordable for an entire year, where we were able to visit national parks, just visiting just your local parks. If you are paying for sports for your kids, maybe look for some less expensive activities, some community activities that they could do instead. If you have streaming services, YouTube is free. So that is the only streaming service that we currently have, is YouTube. If you want to get another one, Amazon Prime is probably my second best pick, because you not only get Amazon Prime streaming, but a lot of other benefits as well, as far as like free Prime shipping, and I can't remember what all the benefits are, but there's a lot. So if you're going to get another streaming service, maybe consider that versus Netflix or something else. And then if you do want a streaming service to pay for, just do one at a time and then cancel it and go to the next one and watch what you want to on that one. But don't have a whole bunch of streaming services. Really look at your monthly subscriptions and cut those way, way back. So those are my biggest, easiest, simplest tips to go ahead and look at today to try and cut your expenses and live really frugally. Let me know what yours are down below. Okay, I'm going to give another tip, because I think this is actually probably the most important one. Community. Get in touch with your community, online community, this YouTube community. Talk to each other, give each other ideas, be there for each other, support each other. Your physical community around you, where you guys can help each other out and support each other and trade and barter. And your neighbors are going to be so important in the future if things get real bad. So build a community. Leave your comments down below. Let each other know what your advice is and what you've learned. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being here, and I will talk to you later.